Mheshimiwa.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good.
So please briefly tell me your thoughts on women leadership in Kenya now versus the future.
Well, I can say that the women leadership in Kenya is gaining momentum. We are happy and privileged that we have now Mother Karua at the top office. Hopefully she's going to be sworn in the next deputy president, and that's our prayer. And this is just the beginning of many opportunities and positions for women in this country, from parliament, county assemblies, also in the leadership cabinet. We're hoping for a 50-50, we're not asking now for a third, we're asking for half of the cabinet and appointments in various parastatals. So we also know that even in the private sector, women are coming up. And so we're very optimistic that the Mother Karua card is going to really propel women and more women, and also encourage our young girls that anything is possible and they should not feel intimidated by the fact that they're women. They are equal to the task and they can be able to be good leaders.
As a woman, how did it feel to be named as a running mate under Azimio?
Myself?
Yes.
Well, it was quite an exciting moment in time. The first and foremost, I didn't believe it when they said there was a letter, and you see with this era of social media, anything can happen. And so, but I was excited. I was very happy. But it has not just come in easily. I've come through a long journey from being a teacher by profession as my first degree, and starting with the media even when I was in the university in the first year, and growing to become a business development manager, going to become a media manager, and rising to become the women rep of Murang'a County. Then chair of two strong parliamentary committees, education and also currently health. So it has been a journey that I've built on. But I was really thankful to God and very humbled. It was an opportunity that also propelled my start to the next level. And so that's why I'm not vying for any position in Murang'a County. Hopefully, I might be in the next cabinet, next big person within the National Assembly or in Parliament. So I am open to serving Kenya, and so I'm not limited just to serve Murang'a people. I've now gone to the level of serving the women and girls in the entire nation of Kenya, and of course looking for networks across the globe. I'm happy that I'm able to, I've managed to attend several international gatherings and summits, and so my networks now are wide to be able to make sure that the leadership of women in Kenya is recognized not just within the country but outside, and encouraging our young girls that we can make it.
Speaking of the transition from being in the media house, you are a presenter at Kameme FM, right? How has the transition been from working in the media and now a politician?
Well, I'll say it has been the transition from media, because I was in the media from the lowest level, going up to becoming a media manager. I started with Kameme, went to Allspace Africa, then I went to Kenya Broadcasting Corporation, and it has been quite an interesting phase. And the communication skills, apart from my education, being doing a B.Ed in education and also doing a master's in communication and currently doing a PhD in communication, it has enabled me, that media experience, the exposure, it has enabled me even to manage myself. The leadership, the Mheshimiwa title has never gotten into my head, because initially from being a very popular presenter, so the popularity and the issue of public managing public, I had already gone through it when I was in the media. So the media component came in as something that really helped me even to manage myself as a member of parliament in communication, and able to really articulate the issues and know how to deal with the public. And it has helped me. And even today, I still feel like I'm a media person, even if I'm a member of parliament. I really help even in my team in communication. So I'm still using the skills that I learned from my media background to help my team, and also to work within my office so that people are able to see what I'm doing and the current works that I'm doing as a women rep in Murang'a County, and also as a chair of health committee at the National Assembly.
Would you consider going back to being a presenter?
Why not?
Given if it came to worst, and you were to choose, which one would you go with?
If it came to?
Worst to worst. And you had to choose between staying as a politician or going back to media house.
Well, if I would go back to media house, of course I'll go back to media house as a different person. I would really want to do, whether I'm a politician or not, it will not be an alternative. It will be something that I can do even when I'm a politician. I'll be interested to host a show where I enlighten people and I mentor people on leadership. That's the kind of show I'll do. I'll not maybe manage to do a full-time job as a media person, but I would want to have, even if it's a weekly show, whether it's TV or whether it's radio or digital, where I can be able to mentor the young people, from the ones who are in journalism or the ones who would want to join leadership. There's so much I've learned. There's so much I have to share with the young people. And so that's my take if I would go back to the media. And I don't have to really drop either. I can manage both.
What music do you listen to?
Gospel.
Gospel.
I love gospel music. And especially I love Kikuyu music because it speaks to my heart. You know, that's my mother tongue. So a lot of times I find myself catching up with the new gospel music. And it inspires me. It also speaks to my heart. Being in politics is not an easy task. So sometimes, and not sometimes, all the time, you have to really get close to your God. And there's no easiest way, especially to get close to God, than to worship. And so it's easy when you're in your car, when you're somewhere. Even before I sleep, I normally put the gospel worship music and then I sleep into the music.
What's your worst fear?
My worst fear would be to lose my family or my children, because I must manage to be a mother and at the same time manage myself in the public. So I'd hate to really propel as a politician and then fail in that role as a mother. That would be my worst fear. And this really a tough balance. Sometimes you have to travel. Sometimes you have to put up many hours. Sometimes in the evening you have to go for late night meetings. And so, you know, this is a time that is supposed to all meant to be family time. So that sacrifice is really something that sometimes I normally say, I will not even go for these campaigns this weekend. I want to be with my children. Because really, I would not want to lose that aspect of being a mother, despite being a politician.
What's your favorite food?
Now. I don't know whether I have a favorite, but traditionally, mokimo. Yeah.
The best
in me.
Okay. The best physical feature on your body?
My smile.
Smile.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's it.
Okay. What would you like to be remembered for?
Transforming lives. I would love to be remembered for touching people's lives. I have a foundation that I help children go to school. I build for the old people. I take people to hospital. And so sometimes I meet with people and they're like, you are the one who made my dream of going to school come true. Or you took me through secondary school education or through university. Majority of them, I don't remember them because I have a big team. I normally mentor them every time they close school. So when I transform or touch somebody's life, that's really what I would like to be remembered for. Not anything else, but the many lives that I touched in this nation.
Okay. You've been to 1 million campaigns by now. What's the most memorable thing that has happened to you during campaign? Be it bad or good, what's the most memorable occasion during campaigns?
Which one now? I think I don't know whether there's any that I can pick because they are quite dynamic sometimes, and especially when you go and get this great reception. I really enjoy when you get these young people who can associate with you, who are looking forward to you, and especially when we're doing this running meet and people are like, yeah, you are the one we resonate with, would want you to be there. I think that was really the most memorable because you see sometimes you don't believe in yourself as other people do. And so like when you just go, especially when you're out of your home turf. I went to Likoni with the Prime Minister, and then the Likoni people, everybody spoke. They said, no, tunataka Sabina onge, you know. And you're like, ala, this is Likoni. And so that acceptance outside home is really important. But then also the second one is when we went back home and the reception we have gotten home, despite the fact that we went against the grain, we swam against the wave. And so going back home and still receiving the warm smiles, the warm reception that I have always enjoyed being the women representative. And not, of course, I might not be saying what everybody wants to hear, but having gone against the grain and people still giving the warm, and they're like, Maito, unataka kweli twende hapa? You know, with a lot of love. And I'm like, yes. And when I went to break the news to my team, my county team, that I will not be running for any position, you know, different people came out from students to people that I've mentored who are even in the media, you know, saying how I've impacted in their lives. There was a lot of tears flowing. And so that was really my best moment in politics. And like, okay, so there's something that I really do. And people are appreciating. You know, sometimes people say the good things when somebody is dead. I have been celebrated when I'm alive. And so I'm grateful. And that's given me the morale to move on and to really even put more effort in whatever I'm doing and what I believe in.
Okay, beautiful. As you wrap up, your dream vacation destination, where would you like to go?
Now, you see, majority of us, we don't think about vacation because we work 24/7. But a place I would really want to take to go back, I'd been there before. I would want to take my children back is Bahamas. To be very specific, Atlantis, Bahamas. It's amazing beaches, very, very quite nice and quiet. And you don't meet the normal people that you'd meet in other areas. We have many Black Americans there, but the Black people who have a very huge heart. I've never seen people who believe in themselves and who believe in their countries. By the time you land into the airport, they will welcome you and they say, "Welcome to Bahamas," you know, and they talk positively about their country. You get into a taxi, they talk so positively about their country. They are warm to everybody. And you know, at the airport they say, if you are lucky to call this home, welcome home, you know. So they're telling you the people who live there are lucky to live there. So it's a destination I would really want to go back and take my children back there. It's quite nice. And yeah, it is important that people respect different people's opinions. And I might not say what you'd want to hear. What my appeal to the public, my appeal to Kenyans is that let us keep politics clean. We normally say it's a dirty game. It doesn't have to be dirty. You don't have to name call. You don't have to insult other people because they don't, to force them to believe in the side you are in. We can agree to disagree respectively, but I believe that we are the ones who determine the kind of leaders we get in this nation. When people come and insult and say vulgar, you know, words, and then you are clapping to them, it shows that is the kind of leadership that you are looking for. And so don't complain when you get a low deal. What I would request is, let's give everybody an opportunity to tell us what they can be able to do for this nation or for your ward, for your constituency, for your county. Then let us not judge because out of maybe the political party or because somebody can really be able to hurl insults from here to wherever. I would only request that decorum is key in politics. And even in the social media, you can hide behind a keyboard. But please remember that one day, that person you're abusing, you might need the person. Just one day. You never know. You never know. So it's good that we keep it, I'll not say clean, but decent. Let's keep it decent. Let's argue, but let's not lose respect. And let's just drop a lot of insults that I see on social media.